Oh, Denise Jackson. And I come as a concerned lifelong resident of the city of Peoria, as well as my parents who bought their house on the south side. My dad retired and decided he had made improvements and did not want to move and relocate. But I was just asking Councilman Gully, it would be worthwhile in my estimation to look and see about the possibility of extending that TIF district beyond MacArthur. You know, I've been talking to Maxine Wortham and McFarland about parking lot improvements at the Webster Grade School, you know, where my parents live and I live. And they don't have the money to get the capital improvements that they would like to do to make the upgrades. And another thing that I thought would be worthwhile, maybe some of us who won't immediately benefit could maybe talk to some of the residents on the other side that are in that TIF district, because I think we could identify sidewalks that need to be replaced. We could identify alleys that need to be fixed. We could find areas where they could put new lights up for the folks who live across that area. So I'd be willing to work with the folks that live in that district to identify some sidewalks, some infrastructure improvements that they could benefit from that would make at least their community worthwhile, you know, at least aesthetically. So that's a start. That's a start.
My name is Ron Willis. I was listening to the young man right here who said we need some creative stuff. You know, our kids are dying in the street every day. All right, it'll pick it up. I work with microphones all the time. It'll pick me up. And they're going to prison in droves. The TIF don't cover that. So when I say we need to change the law of the TIF, I mean that. If it takes 5 years, we still need to change the law of the TIF. And we could put pressure on our politicians to do that. And I'm not talking about you guys, I'm talking about the state guys. Second of all, my program is, I use hip hop music in a creative way to reach out to young people. See, hip hop is influencing them to go shoot people and all kind of stuff. So we need to use hip hop as a way to mentor them, to help them to get better grades, and a whole variety of stuff. Some of the same kids I met last year that was cursing when I put the camera on them, when I put that on TV, a lot of people got mad. Well, guess what? Them same kids right now don't curse because they had the opportunity to be mentored. You know, it's a lot of men out here that can mentor. So we need to use a hip-hop program, which I'm starting this Saturday at my church with no TIF money. No TIF money, my money. I put my money where my mouth is. And, you know, we got some kids in that program that's we're going to mentor them. Me, this guy right here, and some more guys. And we're also going to check on their grades at school. We're going to show them that we care. Because when a kid don't have hope, he don't have nothing, even if he got TIF. So we need to get some programs that the kids want. They got an arts program in District 150. How many kids go to school after college after going to the arts program in District 150? I would love to see those numbers, especially African American kids. I bet you if we use hip hop, we'll have a lot more kids going to college, because that's what they listen to. They don't listen to Mozart, Beethoven, and Bach.
I'm asking you to put METEC, Housing Counseling Resource Center's name up there. 90% of what we do focuses on home ownership. I see housing, but I want to see home ownership. Yeah. We have, and I'm talking safe, affordable, and decent home ownership. We have had a grant for 2 years where we have assisted low-income families with anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000, different from the city's down payment money, for anyone that live in Peoria County, Tazewell County, and Woodford County. We had 20 grants, and of those 20 grants, 18 of them went outside of Peoria County. Ross, I'm looking at you because we need your assistance. We have not gotten a dime from the city of Peoria to run our programs. So I'm asking you all to put METEC. We have located our office into the Harrison Impact Zone, where community outreach, where community stabilization should be priority on this TIF list, and it is not. So I'm asking for community stabilization. I'm asking for home ownership. Housing's up there, but I'm asking for home ownership to be at the top of this list. Thank you.
Creativity, that's what it's all about, ma'am.
Hi, I'm Celia. I'd like to see a project done for ex-felons that has come home and can even barely get an apartment in a housing complex because of the felony background, that has been rehabilitated, that is productive members of society at this time, to continue to encourage them to continue to be a part of society today.
Howard Bowie. As I stand here, 50 years ago, before this building was here, I was outside playing on this ground. 5 years old. This was my neighborhood, the Warner Homes. This was it. Across the street, some of the most beautiful, because at my size, everything was big to me. All the beautiful homes that were across the street that one day I said that I would have living on the south side of Peoria. The city came through, knocked them all down, cheated most of the people that were living there out of their homes and their livelihood, and moved them on. Some got homes out by the airport, thought they made it. But they actually didn't, because the ones I still talk to today, they're in their 70s and 80s, wish they could be right back here in the south side of Peoria. I propose that we rebuild homes, condominiums, and give the people a chance to come back, that want to come back, or their kids or their grandkids, and come back to where their parents once lived. Yeah, you put up Cityscape, you got the Peoria Housing Authority, you got B'nai B'rith, but most of those people that stay in B'nai B'rith owned homes before. And now what are you telling them? They can't own anymore? You can come back to your neighborhood, but you got to rent. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's fair. So I think most of that money should be used to rebuild homes, single-family homes, all over the south side of Peoria, so people can come back home.
Hi, Martha Ross. I'm representing this area, actually. It's the Goose Lake Neighborhood Association. I'm the president of Goose Lake. I also have the position on the school board. I want to reiterate the single-family home issue, as well as I've lived in this neighborhood for 32 years since I stepped into Peoria from Memphis, Tennessee, and I intend to stay in this area. I would really like to see a decent grocery store in our area, that we could go and have quality food in this grocery store, pharmacies. Those kinds of things were talked about when the Southtown TiF was implemented years ago, and we never did even, get any of those things. So that's basically it. I'd like to see a grocery store, pharmacy that we can walk to, and we don't have to, catch rides and get somewhere else to be able to get quality groceries, and also home ownership. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lavettarica, and I live on the other side of the TIF, but I'm interested in fighting for the whole south side, not just the TIF. And I agree with the housing. We need more housing. And Martha kind of stole my thunder. I want a decent grocery store. I want a grocery store. You can go to any store and get canned goods. I want a grocery store that has meat, has vegetables. They're always talking about how poor people are overweight. Well, they don't give us anything to buy. I mean, we need fresh fruits and fresh vegetables. I was involved in that store down on Adams Street, and we were promised the world. We were given pictures with big produce things and big grocery meat stuff, and when he did it, he put a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and also with the grocery store, I don't want them to charge us 4 times as much as I know that we will probably have to pay a little bit more if it's not a chain grocery store, but we don't deserve to have to pay 2 and 3 and 4 times as much for our food and our grocery stores down here, because we're in a poor, depressed area. And that's before they plant me into the ground. I know that I've been here for 73 years, and I live on Green Lawn. That's where I was born and raised, and I live across the street from where I lived and raised. And before I go, I know it's not going to be brought back to what it was, but I sure would like to see a start, a little start, because I've got the 5th generation of my family living here, and I want her to be able to go outside and play and feel safe and not have to worry, walk to the store like we used to, walk to the drugstore, have a drugstore. That's what I want before I leave this land.
Good evening, I'm Twyla White, and my suggestion is that we form a TIF for the Western Street, and hopefully that'll, and then allow some of the TIF to come from here, from this area here. So that would be my suggestion.
So I remember when the councilman lived in the TIF district before he went to Big Yellow. My concern is this: to rehabilitate Carver Center can take care of number 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 13, and numerous other numbers on the thing. And at the same time, help the parking for the church or any other events. What I'm saying here needs to happen is this. When you talk about the residents of the TIF district, when you talk about the people who live in was Southtown, but now River West, Village Green, Cityscape, Landmark, all of the housing here, the only facility that can make a difference historically, presently, is Carver Center. But you got to put the program. I'm not saying just give money to Carver Center. I'm saying rehabilitate it. I'm saying to the people who benefited from the TIF district in the past, whether it be the School of Medicine, whether it be any of these businesses, put your incubator businesses in that facility, and you can do some of the things that the people are talking about. But I'm saying I'm not a person who believes that necessarily we should spend more money on bricks and mortar, but when you already have a facility, upgrade that facility, get a commitment with that upgrade that the things that we're talking about that impact the lives of the mothers, the single mothers, the single fathers, the families that live in this TIF district can be addressed in that facility. Everything from drug counseling to job development to financial mentoring, whatever needs to be done, that's a facility. We don't need to go out of our district to do that. We can do it in this district, in this building, and I'd say Carver Center's not up there as number 2 for no reason at all. It's up there because it should be number 2.
My name is Lynn Pearson, and I happen to have been around when we started Southtown, and part of the promise in Southtown was the fact that they were going to put light industry on Jefferson so people in Southtown could walk to work. And we haven't had any of that, and that still is part of the community that we need.
Hi, my name is Roberta Marshall. I'm on the Carver Center bandwagon, and just part of Carver Center, we could have a health facility like a small riverplex so we can learn to be healthy and fit, a fitness center inside the Carver Center. Also, everyone was given one of these cards, so if you didn't get a chance to say anything tonight, put your concerns on here and please drop them off tonight so we can kind of, next time we have a meeting, we can put the top concerns on here.